Hey everybody, welcome back to Simply Holy Living, where we make the holidays holy days. And we're still in week 3 of joy. And this is our 4th installment of the series, Making Our Joy Complete. So we've talked about Jesus is the one that makes our joy complete. We've talked about answered prayer makes our joy complete. We've talked about love making our joy complete, our love for one another. And today we're going to move on. And last time I talked a lot about John, actually, and we're going to talk about him some more because he also uses this statement about making your joy complete. And there is a very well-used, well, it's at least well-used by me, well-used passage in 1 John. And this is a passage that I read a lot because it talks about walking in light. And so whenever, I'm sort of studying the Bible with someone, I always end up here. But I realized I always start in verse 5. Interesting. So I'd never really realized what comes in verse 4. That can happen. But let's talk about John for just a second and as a reminder. So, he is writing, he is the apostle of love, and he is allowed to grow old, and he's writing letters to people. And let's just start reading in this first letter, 1 John, in the beginning. It says, "That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked at and our hands have touched, this we proclaim concerning the word of life." Okay, so John is the one that can say incredible things, incredibly complex things that you could meditate forever on and not ever really understand. But think about what he's talking about. He's talking about how Jesus was from the beginning. Like in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He's talking about that entity that created the world along with God, the triune God, which we'll never understand, right? And he said, and then he's the one that we heard. Remember, we heard his teaching, and actually we saw him with our own 2 eyes, and we even could touch him. We're telling you, this guy that we could see, hear, and touch, he was that one that was from the beginning. It's crazy. That's what he's kind of saying. And then in verse 2, it says, "The life appeared, we have seen it and testified to it, and we proclaim to you the eternal life, which was with the Father and has appeared to us. We proclaim to you that what we have seen and heard, so that you also may have fellowship with us. And our fellowship is with the Father and with the Son, Jesus Christ. We write this to make our joy complete." Okay, so think about this. Here's John, who actually walked physically alongside with Jesus for 3 years, changing his entire life. Everything is different because he knew him. He is able to fathom like this creator from the beginning that I just walked with. I mean, it's just crazy. He has all these incredible revelations, right? We all know that he wrote the book of Revelation. It is his revelation that is now our revelation, right? I mean, the guy was given a lot of insight, a lot of power. I mean, he is the one that is even fabled, or that as the tale goes, that Nero actually tried to kill him by putting him in boiling oil, but actually it didn't work. So he went into the boiling oil and then he came back out unscathed. Okay, I have no idea if that's truth or if that is a fabrication, or just as the tale has grown through the years. I don't know, but what I do know is that John was witness to miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle. He had had an incredibly amazing experience, but yet it wasn't complete. Is that great? Think about that. It was not complete unless he told somebody. That's what made his joy complete. We write this to make our joy complete. It's not enough to just have the experience. The only thing that will complete that joy is to tell other people about it. Isn't that crazy? That sharing the good news with other people is what makes our joy complete. And it spreads the joy. This is how we spread this joy. And aren't we in need of it today, disciples? Aren't we in need of it? The middle of COVID, the middle of country crazy, all this stuff. Aren't we in need of more joy? We've got to spread joy. Listen to these scriptures about joy, about spreading joy. It gave me great joy when some believers came and testified about your faithfulness to the truth, telling us how you continue to walk in it. I have no greater joy than to hear my children are walking in the truth. You know, he's looking at all these people that he's calling his children, because I don't think he had children, like physical children, but you know, whatever. He's talking about all these people that they're now like his kids because they're walking in the truth, and it gives him no greater joy. When he writes in 2 John, his second letter, he's writing to a personal friend, and he writes, "It has given me great joy to find that some of your children are walking in the truth, just as the Father commanded us." Some of her kids have become disciples, and he's like, that is awesome. I'm so happy. It just made him feel joy. Good news. Sharing good news spreads the joy. This is God's plan for making our joy complete. When you experience his love, when you experience his grace, when you experience his miracles, it's awesome, but it's incomplete. It's not made complete until we share it with other people. So I want to encourage you today. To share your joy with other people. Share your story. Share your faith. Do it. It will make your joy complete. And that's going to be our short installment, number 4. And I hope this helps you. Until next time.